Hi, everybody. Welcome to Life Stories Podcast, People Helping People. I'm Shara Goswick, your host. My guest today is Michelle Peth. Michelle created Beettan, which is a self-tanning product. She offers it in several different forms. She's very proud of this product, and it's doing very well. But what impressed me the most about Michelle is the way she runs her business. She's not had an easy road to get where she is today, but she's worked very hard. She's learned from her mistakes, and she genuinely wants to see other women succeed. She offers a way for women to jump in and buy a part of this business. It's not a franchise. It's not an MLM. It's not something you're going to get caught up in and not know how to get out of. She genuinely wants women to succeed having their own business. I loved this conversation. I think it's so important. And if you know someone who has been thinking about starting a business, maybe they're afraid to jump right in, send them this conversation and point them to Michelle, because I was very impressed with her. I love what she's doing. I think it's great. And I thank you for being here. So tell me all about B10. I know that you started this company. This was not starting a company like this was not your original plan.
No.
This is not what you wanted to do. But tell me all about it. It's fascinating, and I love what you're doing.
Thank you. And thank you for saying that. I love it too, which is why I work really hard at it, because I love
Yeah.
every facet of the company. But it
Sure.
all started in the beginning, years back. I'm 42 now, so before I was 20, I was like 19 years old. My sister had some skin cancer scares in her teens. She's a few years younger than me, so it was pretty eye opening. She's a redhead.
Yeah.
She was already dealing with I was the one with the mental issues. I'm kidding. But I was the more the problematic sister, like behavioral wise. And
Right.
she was the one with like skin issues. Like we had our own issues. And I was challenging in my own ways, but she was a very good child, straight A student, but she had skin issues, red hair,
Yeah.
burned instead of tanned. Well, when she was dealing with some skin cancer scares, it was pretty eye opening to me. And I love my sister. I am a true big sister. So I wanted something to help her, to help her feel beautiful. I was always into cosmetic. I was always putting makeup on my sister, dressing my sister. She was my baby doll since she was little. So, fast forward to her having issues. And I think the biggest thing was it was hard to watch her not feel confident in her own skin.
Sure.
And so I learned how to spray tan. I started getting spray tans from a local lady, learned how to spray tan from her, bought into the franchise with this woman. I was her very first franchisee. I mean, I
Wow.
cleared my account and borrowed a little bit from my grandpa, and that burned down.
Uh-huh.
But it all started with my love for my sister and trying to find something different for her. And because I was a client of this woman, I didn't
Yeah.
want to betray her. So I latched onto her. It just was a bad partnership. Nothing bad about her.
Right.
Honestly, nothing bad about me other than immaturity and being young. It just was a bad match.
Yeah.
So first business burned down. The second time I got sued by the franchise just because
Oh my gosh.
I didn't follow through with the contract.
Yeah.
It's a marriage with that's
Right.
what franchising is. So I had to bartend for years after that, and there was years I had to put the spray tan down
Mm.
because of that contract. So I think it was 2 years. So it actually took me about 3 years to feel confident again,
Yeah.
amongst other things, divorce, all life.
Life, right.
At a very young age. I got pregnant with my son at 18, or I got pregnant at 17, had him at 18. So all while dealing with this and trying to navigate being a very young single mom.
Wow.
So this business started off of just love for my sister. Then it just gave me a sense of pride to have my own business. When it failed, I internalized that, bartended for years, and then picked it back up. Um, and then went from there. And bartending really helped me grow the business, my community, my service industry community.
Yeah.
They were less judgmental, I think, than my first crowd with my first business. And that could be all in my head, but that's just the way I felt in my 20s. So
Right.
I ended up picking it back up, had a very supportive circle around me.
That's important.
And that's, I think, what led all of
Yeah.
that mess led to the beautiful structure and dynamic of the company for what it is now. Ended up creating my own line,
Yeah.
I have my own professional line as well as retail line, and I teach spray tanning. I do business coaching. I have a very successful spray tan studio. Oh, I have two
Wow.
locations in Savannah, and now I teach others not only how to spray tan and use the product line and the science with that, but I call them brand partners. I did not go the franchising route simply because of the way I started, but also
Right.
because I have hairstylists that want to add it on. Like it doesn't,
Yeah.
that structure doesn't work for everyone. And then the other part of it is the business coaching comes with. So sometimes people are like, well, why would I spend, $2,700 on your spray tan package rather than, $1,000 on the one I could get on Amazon? And I'm like, well, you're a brand partner. You're allowed to use our logo, our before and after videos,
Yeah.
our all of our branding. You're on our website as a location. And every Tuesday night we do business coaching. So
Wow.
there's a lot that goes into it. It's not, I call it like when we decided to do that, it was like, I know how to spray tan, but now what? And so we help
Right.
with the now what. And we're a forever brand partner. There's no fee after. There's a sign-on fee, which is the education, the kit to start your spray tan business.
Yeah.
And then, the business coaching thereafter. And then on top of that, I just have a community. I'm still actively spraying my products. So
Yeah.
I'm dealing with the customers and I'm
Right.
listening to the customers anytime I bring on a product line. And the products are all based on the needs of my clients for the last 12 years. So
Wow.
there's an issue with an ingredient or whatever, I look into it. We make changes to keep it clean on the
Yeah.
skin, clean and safe for the body, but also just clean because
Right.
no stained sheets, no stained shirts.
Right.
So we've simplified it. We've simplified the ingredients. We've simplified the process. And our
Wow.
clients love it. Our sprayers love it. And like the bodybuilders don't use Beettan, but how many bodybuilders do you know? Like we're
Right.
the everyday woman who just wants to
Right.
some color. Sorry about the siren
Yeah.
in the back, but yeah, we're just everyday women that want to feel and look good in their skin. So in their skin, what I say is we enhance your skin tone instead
Yeah.
of change it.
Yeah. I love all of this because what an incredible opportunity you're giving to women
It's my
to
favorite part.
have their own business. And I mean, this is awesome. And it's not outrageous. That's
Mhm.
not an outrageous price to buy
Right.
into it.
It's really
And
not. It just takes a
yeah,
little explaining. So we do opportunity
sure.
calls so we can kind of go over because it can get confusing because people use our branding and so they assume it's franchising. It's not. We never take a
Right.
percentage. The
Right.
company makes its money thereafter because you order the products from us.
Yeah.
We have no control over you. We just assist you. You can use the
Sure.
branding, but you don't have to. I think it's quite fun to watch someone create their own logo. I don't want to take that
Yeah.
away from anyone.
Yeah. That's it. I think that's incredible. I love that. So how did you even go about coming up with the product? Like I wouldn't have a clue where to begin to even do something like that. How did you do that?
I didn't. One of my clients was a beauty chemist and she retired
Mm.
and we would shoot the shit, excuse my French, and have a beer. She would book late appointments. My studio was out of my house, my spray studio, because I was a young, a single mom.
Yeah.
So I made the studio out of my house and I moved to a better part of the area just so I could get the tourism here in Savannah. She was a tourist that ended up a client that lived 2 hours away. She would come into Savannah to stay because my spray tan she thought was the best. It
Yeah.
also was my experience with spray tan. I've been through enough with it where I know how to get past all the hiccups. I've
Right.
been through everything with spray tanning. So even if I had a not so great product, I still would know how to make it work. And
Right.
that's what I was doing. I had a lot of other brands that I was making it work, writing it down for clients, spending a lot of time learning their skin and finding what product worked for them until I met
Yeah.
Kathy. Kathy was my client who would ask me to have a beer with her after work. I would. I live right in the area where
Yeah.
Savannah's just known for its tourism and its bars. So
Yeah.
we would and I would she had a beauty chemist background and as you can tell I'm a talker, so I would just talk and vent about my day. And she was retired and very interested in what I was doing, but I think also it was about that time where she was getting bored and
Yeah.
wanted a project. So it all aligned right,
That's perfect. Yeah.
where she came into my life and she pointed me in the right direction and what seemed impossible now became possible and
Wow.
exciting. Um, I can, if I'm being honest, I don't know if I really would have ever had the confidence to do it had I not met Kathy. Kathy was brought into my life
Mm.
for a reason because everything seems impossible, in certain stages of your life. And
Mhm.
I'm here to say now it's not. And you
Right.
just need a community, in my
Sure.
case, a Kathy, but you just need a community. Sorry. You just need a community to, or a women or a person, someone
Exactly.
who believes in what you're doing. And that's now what I try to do for each of these women, because I had
Mhm.
Kathy, I had a great community of women, and now I want to provide that for those who might not have that as accessible to them, which I did
Yeah.
not if we back to the very first business I had. So that's
Yeah.
where all of this came to play, was I just met the right people,
Yeah.
you
I
know.
say it all the time. You just need one person to believe in you, to give you that little umph to step out. And so that's awesome. Thank you,
Mhm.
Kathy.
I know, I
I
know.
know.
Kathy is no longer with us, but
Oh,
she, she was retired, and she
yeah.
had some cancer struggles herself. So,
Wow.
um, I will remember her forever.
Sure. So, you've done the sunless tanning for years and years. What are some misconceptions that people have about sunless tanning
Well,
that y'all take care of?
it's come a long way. Like
Yeah.
4 years, it was known as being orange. Um,
Right.
and I think a misconception is that I can't do spray tans because I will turn orange.
Yeah.
Well, if you learn the science behind why it works and what happens, which is what we hyper focus on here at Beettan,
Yeah.
there's no possible way you can turn orange. A lot of brands, and I'm no brand basher, there's enough for all of us to coexist and be successful. I would never
Right.
put down another brand, but we hyper focus on the education,
Mm.
not shades. We took
Yeah.
the cosmetic staining bronzer out of the product, and we keep the active ingredient fresh. And our active ingredient is derived from sugar beets, which is why the name is Beet Tan. And
Yeah.
we hyper focus on that active ingredient doing the job with color correcting additives in it. So it's reacting
Wow.
off of your own skin tone and not staining it, it's turning it. Now,
Awesome.
when you're in any type of competitive anything, you do want a staining bronzer. A bodybuilder is going to want a staining bronzer. We
Right.
can point you in the right direction and provide you a very natural base to build
Mhm.
off of, but you're going to want to still put that goopy stuff on if you're a bodybuilder.
Right.
We focus on enhancing the current skin tone and nourishing the skin,
Yeah.
so you get the life and the results and the fade you want out of it. And we
Okay.
and we teach that. So we focus every Tuesday. We don't just teach them and send them on their way, because
Right.
from learning anything in your life, you have to remind yourself of things. We have
Yeah.
to refreshen our brain on our skill and keep it going, whether it's
Right.
business coaching, the spray tan skill. So that's what's different. It's we focus on the ingredients. At first I was focused on just not having, when me and Kathy were working together, I wanted to be able, I personally wanted to be able to wear white shirts, deodorant,
Right.
white sheets, things that I had given up for years of spray tanning
Yeah.
after years of spray tanning. Then when Kathy came at me with the ingredient reason and the
Yeah.
process that of simplifying ingredients, taking things out, adding things, and also our batch making process to keep it fresh, it
Yeah.
all came together. We do have a small batch process, which is more expensive and a lot more work than
Right.
mass producing, to get the price down and all of that stuff. But
Yeah.
it it just makes such a difference, in the
Sure.
smell, the staining, and all of that, to just take some things out, move the timeline of things around, to
Yeah.
put out a really awesome product that does have a shorter shelf life than other products, but
Yeah.
we have a small batch process to make that work for everybody.
That's amazing.
A lot to say, but it makes sense when you go through the training.
Right, exactly. Well,
Right.
I was going to ask you about the training. So if somebody wanted to sign up and do this, and you said that you meet every Tuesday, y'all, talk about
Every
what kind
every
of questions do people ask who are just starting this process? Like, what are some things that they want to know or need to learn or
In the beginning, when they're thinking about doing it, I have hopped on several opportunity calls. You can go onto the website, go to Start a Spray Tan Business, book a call. You speak with me, the CEO. There are no salespeople.
right?
It's I'm not even a salesperson myself. I'm just giving you the facts on how the
Sure.
company structure works and to see if it's a fit for you.
Yeah.
Sometimes that people are like, well, what if I do this? Can I add this later? Yes, there is no like, do it now for 90 days. Like, we're not salespeople. I have thought about going that route because I do get really excited when someone takes interest. So I have been tempted to put some pressure because I can tell when someone's
Right.
going to be good at it. But, I don't want to be salesy. So they would go to the
Right.
website, go to start a spray tan business. There's a video of me just kind of whatever, but I would say book an opportunity call. There is
Yeah.
no pressure I'm not going to say sign up now. We've all been on those calls with people, whether it's you're booking a vacation or you're thinking
Right.
about buying a product. That it's not a high pressure sales call. So comfortably book an opportunity call. It's just a
Yeah.
conversation. You pick a time that's good for you. We hop on a call. You then have my work cell phone. So you can text me questions thereafter. I have people
Yeah.
that I've been talking to for a year who are still on the fence. They're
Wow.
purchasing the
Oh my
mousse.
goodness.
Yeah, they're purchasing the mousse, they're purchasing the retail line. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet. Sometimes
Yeah.
life happens, people have had babies, surgeries, like you just never know.
Sure.
I'm not going to give up on them and I want my door to always be open. So when you go to
Yeah.
the Starters Spray Tan business page and book that call, you get connected with me and that's a forever connection. Now,
Yeah.
once they pull the trigger and sign up, most people choose a second package, which comes with a website, a booking system, a Google My Business page, your spray tan kit, and the training. So you get your certification
Wow.
and then forever training. We do have an upgraded training. We do have some retirees. We've got like some teachers that were retired. We have some widowers who did this
Oh,
as like
yeah.
something. So the reason I say that is they need a little extra help with social media.
Right.
That's, generationally, like this is, they're not
Sure.
accustomed to this. This is not comfortable for them. They
Right.
pay $99 a month to have access to our digital team. So our digital team creates
Oh wow.
emails and social media posts for them.
Yeah.
It's so cheap. You cannot get a digital creator for that. But
No.
we only have about 10 women who do that. And then they get it. And the point is to teach them to do it so they can do it themselves. It just takes a
Sure.
little more time. So I have to pay my team to assist them. So that's the only reason there's a fee so that I
Yeah.
can afford to pay my team. But initially, most people choose the 2750 package, which comes with it's a business in a box.
Yeah.
And first things first, they log into the pro site, they get coaching calls, we set up their website, we get their bio, their photo, we set up their landing page, we assist them on all things with setting up the digital side of their spray tan business along
Yeah.
with the spray tanning part of the business. And then every Tuesday they can log on. We also have coaching calls they can book because they might need something specific and need
Yeah.
to do a one-on-one instead of doing the group Zoom. But usually on the Tuesdays, it's always a new person. And then every
Yeah.
once in a while, we'll have one of the partners come on and want to help and just who's more established. I
Sure.
love it when that happens because they're getting the perspective of a person who started out like them,
Right.
instead of from the owner of the company. Like their perspective is more important than mine because they just went through the same exact process
Oh
as the
yeah.
sprayer.
Yeah.
We have a retreat every January that costs under $500 and it's
Wow.
education. All of their meals are covered and their stay if they just have to get here, and it's under $500 and we start the year off together. So there's a
Yeah.
lot of affordable business coaching after. And then the community is just fun. I mean, it just is
Yeah.
fun. We have pen pals all over the country. I never dreamed it would happen like this, but because it was a slow growth, it's more community. It's more of a community
Yeah.
basis, And we have a private Facebook group too, so they all know each other. So it
Right.
really makes you confident in the brand because you're connected to the people. They're all using the same machine, the same products,
Right.
and speaking of their experience, but also of the business growth.
Do you do business coaching outside of Beettan? Like, do you coach? Because you should be. Like,
Um,
you were
I
doing things right.
That's funny you say that. I just started this year a local. It's called Real Talk Savannah. It's in the city I'm from, and I have a commercial real estate license. So I
Yeah.
do consulting for new businesses to navigate opening up because the permits in the city um, can trip you up and
Sure.
discourage you. And I've
Yeah.
already been through it a few times. So
Yeah.
I love to help new businesses get going. And Savannah's a great place to open to open a business in the city. I
Yeah.
have a great community. And so I want to provide that for people and the things that they'll get tripped up and discouraged.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is I have a new podcast and it is getting traction. We've only had the Instagram for 6 months, mostly on Instagram for whatever reason. Um,
Yeah.
I've had the Instagram 6 months and we have over 3,000 followers and we've
That's
raised
amazing.
no money on it. So that's huge.
That is amazing because really, I'm thinking this women need to listen to you, even if they're not going to do beat 10.
Right. Even
You're
because
doing it right.
I
Like you know what
enjoy
you're doing.
and I enjoy, I'm so sorry my computer's going off, but that's actually the woman who just came down.
Oh,
It's a woman who's going out of business, regrouping, and wants to meet me, wants to pay me a consulting fee. I've never
wow.
charged because I
Yeah.
enjoy it. So we're trying to figure out
Yeah.
so that when she regroups, I can help her reopen her boutique because she wants to be consulted like I consult my sprayer. So I really appreciate you saying that because I think the reason I'm good at it is because I'm passionate about it
Yeah.
and I've gone through the motions. I've failed. I've come back out of
Right.
it. And people need to be vulnerable and admit, like, no, I had no idea what I was doing till I did.
Sure.
So
Sure.
no
That's
one
how
else.
you learn.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But
So
I
what
love
would
it. I
well,
love
you
it.
can tell you love it and you have been there, been through it and done it and you're good at it. Like you just get it. So I think that's awesome
I
that you're
appreciate
able to
you.
do that. What advice would you give to someone, whether they want to start a beat 10 business or another woman that wants to start a business and they're just on that line, they're afraid they're going to fail? What would you say?
A woman told me this today on a podcast. So I'm just going to repeat something special a woman told me today.
Sure.
She said, those days that you have, you'll feel defeated, but it's not fail. Failing is it's not failing, it's just defeat.
Right.
And it's teaching you a lesson. So you're going to have days that you feel defeated, just like we do as mothers, as friends, as
Sure.
in relationships, in everything. I mean, I
Yeah.
feel like I'm defeated with driving every day. I'm a terrible driver and I hate traffic. But I get from point A to point B. So I would
Right.
say you've got to invest and take the risk on yourself and know that you are fully capable. There's nothing that I have that you don't have.
Right.
And I didn't realize, I thought that it wasn't for me in my 20s. I thought, I went, and nothing against bartending. Bartending did me really well.
Yeah.
It would have, and I learned a lot from bartending and I
Yeah.
enjoyed people and I loved it. Um, but I really thought that that was it for me.
Yeah.
I really, really did and I was owning up to it. And I was doing the best. I had the best, I had the busiest bar on the block. I mean, I
Right.
built it up, but that gave me confidence to be like, I can build something. I built a clientele
Yeah.
there. So you just have to start and do it. And you have to speak louder than those voices
Yeah.
because you are capable. You are capable. There's no one
Sure.
that is not capable. You just have to push past that 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 negative moment
Yeah.
and know, like, if something arises, luckily, you do have a community and a team at Beettan to call. And I have
Right.
people that call me when they're not even about spray tanning. They might be having like a mindset struggle day. They
Yeah.
might just need some encouragement.
Sure.
Um, we all needed that. We all had that. I'm sure,
Yeah.
you have that person in
Oh
your life. We
yeah.
all have that person or that book that we read. So I would say push through that that thought where you're
Mhm.
questioning your capability because you are 1000% capable.
Absolutely. I love that. And you're not going to know unless you try. I mean,
Yes.
you'll never know. Do
Yes.
you have a favorite B10 product?
Hmm. I just love the spray tan solution because it was my
Yeah.
very first product.
Yeah.
The second product was the self-tanning lotion. So those are the at-home products, the lotion,
Yeah.
because I put so much work and worry into them,
Oh
my
yeah.
whole heart. Now I'm a little more relaxed because I have a good team. So
Yeah.
sometimes I'll create something for fun,
Uh-huh.
which is so fun too.
Right.
But there was just so much love poured into those two products and
Sure.
worry and time and there's
Like your
angst.
baby.
Yeah, so those 2 products, like, even when I see them on the shelf, my eye always catches them because just
Yeah.
the history I have with those two. So
Yeah.
the spray tan solution and the self tanner is in the white label. It used to not have a pump.
Yeah.
And I still see it, like that's the bottle I see because I spent so much time, just time and
That's
focus on the design and the everything involved with that.
Yeah. I'm gonna look up because I know you have it all over the country. There are people all over the country. I'm gonna look up and see if there's any in around where I am because that would be really cool if I could
Remind me
do
where
that.
you are.
I'm in Texas. I'm in North Texas. So Dallas or Tyler, anywhere.
We just started growing in Texas because we just
Uh-huh.
started going to trade shows there. So hopefully,
Okay.
this podcast will help us grow there.
Yeah.
But I know we have some in Texas. And then when you go on the locations page, sometimes these women are working two other jobs and spray tanning.
Sure.
Some of them are doing it full time. So just know, like, they're all levels, like whether they're doing it
Yeah.
super part time. So if you don't get them at first, just text them, call them. We have all of their information on the locations page. Um,
Yeah.
when you go to the locations page and you find a sprayer,
Hmm.
um, if anyone refers a sprayer, we always pay referral fees. We do not do
Oh,
advertising.
wow.
So
Yeah.
if you referred a sprayer, we either give you a credit to the website or we give you cash. We
Oh,
we do
wow.
we have an affiliate program for referrals. That's how we grew. So, you know, if
Yeah.
there's one around you and then you're like, hey, I know somebody who's interested in doing this business, or this has happened. I
Yeah.
buy you buy the mousse, you enjoy the mousse, that's your favorite. You meet a friend who's looking for a side hustle. You're like, I really like the mousse.
Yeah.
They're all the same active ingredient. So
Right.
a lot of times, if you've had a pleasant experience with any of the products, that helps someone feel confident in all the
Right.
products. And then we do a referral fee. So anyone can
Yeah.
refer a sprayer to us. We always pay it forward. If you enjoy the product or the brand or the story,
Yeah.
we want to say thank you. And that's also how I don't have to do ads.
There you
Because
go. Hey, that's
advertising
awesome.
just takes away from the authenticity and the organic growth that
Yeah.
I really wanted with the company, and also that I couldn't afford ads in the beginning. Now it just
Right.
I
If
chalk
you
up the
don't have
growth
to. Yeah.
to the real organic, authentic growth from the
Sure.
customer base. I mean, what's better
Sure.
than that?
Absolutely. So I know you said, helping women in business and succeed, that was one of your favorite things. What is a lesson that you've learned through all of this journey that is just so powerful?
Um, uh, I, you know, I've recently read the book by Mel Robbins, Let Them.
Yeah.
I had to learn how to just let them. Not everyone's going to stick and stay. We do have a really high percentage rate, which I learned recently, of
Yeah.
people who are loyal and stay. The percentage that
Yeah.
stay with the company, and there's a tiny percent that go their own way or have gone with a different brand or whatever.
Yeah.
Um, it's rare, but it's happened. I was focusing so much on that, like
Yeah.
losing sleep, like what can we do better? I really was anxious attached to everyone, and I had to learn that it's okay to just let them. And
Yeah.
that book helped. I was on my way that through therapy. I mean, literally, like that's how attached I was, like family.
Wow.
Like I lost a family member,
Yeah.
and I had to find boundaries with how much I pour into of because that's just psycho, like to be so attached to someone. And
Well, you
it wasn't to
care. I
the
mean,
money.
that's
It
why.
wasn't to the money. It was like the time and energy. And I took it so personally when
Yeah.
they left. So through therapy and reading and podcasting and journaling and all the things,
Yeah.
that was a lesson that I learned was how to just let them. And I realized and then when I was telling one of my spray tan partners this, I was like, what I realized, like, going back in time, I had to use that same, had to just let things go, whether
Yeah.
it was a difficult client, a difficult bar patron and bartending, when I had to let go of that franchisor when I was a franchisee back in the day. Like
Yeah.
that is something I've learned to really just like let go and focus on the good things of the company, the good clients, the loyal. Let's
Right.
When I want to pour energy into the what's going wrong, I'm able to shift through self-awareness,
Yeah.
shift my energy into the good. And it really is so much better for your nervous system when you do that.
Yes.
So
Yes.
that's very important lesson.
Sure.
I could go even deeper, like I have attachment issues from my childhood. So it was really getting to the core of that attachment, because
Yeah.
usually it's deeper than you realize.
Yeah.
So,
Absolutely.
having these issues with the company really helped me dive into deep things within myself, which have since been healing. So it's
Yeah.
pretty cool how a business can really just, touch your life in so many ways. A spray tan
Absolutely.
business at that.
Hey, who doesn't love a spray tan?
Yeah.
Everybody loves a spray tan.
And it's
So
fun. I mean, it makes people
it
feel good. They leave
is.
feeling better than when they came in.
Yes.
There's nothing better than that.
Absolutely. Is there anything I haven't asked you about that you want to tell me about?
No, I mean, and I'm very talkative, so I will.
No, I love talkative
I'm
guests.
long-winded. Yeah, I'm very long-winded. I've also podcast a lot today, so
Right.
today was the podcast day.
Yeah.
We touched a lot. I just, want to tell you thank you, because I love people who appreciate what I love about the company and want to share it.
Sure.
Podcasting gives me the opportunity to meet women all over the country, and so does
Yeah.
my business. And I have a son, he's 24, but I'm a very much a girl's girl, a woman's woman. And like, this business is the sister I never had, like
Right.
the daughter I never have. I have a sister.
Yeah.
So when my sister moved to Ohio, I was going somewhere with that. My sister,
Yeah.
moved, and my sister has 6 kids now in her own life. And my
Wow.
son left home. So Beettan has been like the daughter that I never had. And all
Yeah.
of these women are now like sisters to me now that my sister's moved. And it really has been a wonderful, wonderful thing for me, and so fulfilling. And
Yeah.
it's fun to watch it be fulfilling to someone else, whether it's the at-home
Sure.
products that just make them feel good and they just like being a part of the community and the company, or an
Yeah.
affiliate or whatever, or it's a full-on spray tan partner. It's just fun. It's fun
Yeah.
and very fulfilling.
Well, you can tell your heart is in it. I mean, you can
Oh,
tell that you love it.
thank you.
And I love that. I think what you're doing is incredible. And what an opportunity for women who have ever thought about starting a business. And I know it feels good to the people that do it because they're making other people feel good. I mean, that
Yeah,
just,
it's a ripple effect. It's a
yeah,
wonderful
yeah,
ripple. I love it, and it's so special. And sometimes I'm like, I hope it doesn't go away. And I'm like, why would it? The foundation is built
right.
on a community,
Sure.
and
Yeah.
we do get confused on being like an MLM or network marketing at times too.
Yeah.
There's no levels or
Right.
anything. Everyone, no matter whether they are doing it super part-time or they have a storefront, we're all
Right.
equal,
Yeah.
whatever level. So, and I'll keep it that way forever.
That's awesome. I love it. Well, thank you so much for being a
Well, thank
guest.
you for
Thank you for talking to me and sharing this. I can't wait to tell people about this. I'm just
Yes,
so
thank you.
excited for
Yeah,
you.
well, you need to be an affiliate. Just send us people. We got to grow in Texas.
That's right.
I'm surprised we haven't more. We're only in a handful of cities there, so I'd love to be in more places.
Yeah. Well, I will tell everybody I know around here about
Love
it.
it.
So
Thank you.
thank you so much. You have a great day.
All right, you too.
Okay. Bye bye.